I just wish he
Yeah,
had more of a backstory.
yeah. The only one I noticed that kind of had a backstory was more is like T-Bone, if you think about it.
Yeah, I mean, and even then, it wasn't like fully explained in his case. The most we get out of Razor is literally his enforcer days with T-Bone.
And the most we got from T-Bone, aside from the Forces thing, was from what I remember was when T-Bone visited that one old comic book place and stuff, and somebody remembered him from there.
Just came in. Hey, don't I know you? You look kind of familiar.
It's me, Pop. Chance Furlong.
Because he grew up reading
Like his own
comic books and he
hometown.
still does to this day. And to be fair, I have to point this out. T-Bone acts like Justin would if it came to a Spawn comics. You can't even deny that, Justin.
Just don't bend the fucking corner of the book. That's all I ask.
And if someone accidentally bends the pages, you can rip their fingers off.
Yes, yes, I am.
My
But
point
all right.
exactly.
Anyway, least favorite characters.
Who wants to go first?
I'll go first, and y'all all gonna hate me for this one.
Go
Oh,
for it.
Least favorite character is Callie Briggs.
reasons
Really?
being.
Reason being is, in reality, I would have said Mayor Manx. But Callie, I hate her the most because she is the enabler to allow Manx to do what he does.
Mm-hmm.
To be
If she would actually just say, you know what, I quit, fuck you, and get out of the situation and leave him to his own devices at that point in time, or do something to where like the election comes to go ahead and even her run for mayor or something to make Mega Cat City better. If anything, she's enabling him to allow him to go play golf. She's enabling him by doing all his fucking work, by dealing with the SWAT cats and everything else. She's not doing anything more to help. If anything, she is allowing Mega Cat City to be ran by a lazy, cowardly mayor that wants to do one thing. Oh, SWAT cats, you saved the city. Raise the taxes. Yay!
I do have to point this out though. If you think about why it was potentially be a bad idea for Callie to run for mayor, think about this for a second. Megacat City is barely standing because of Max's incompetence, surprisingly. And I have to point this out as well. The reason that they don't go after Callie as much, Manx is essentially the scapegoat, let's be honest. Imagine if Callie became mayor. It's a well known fact that she actually knows how to run the city better than he does. The moment she became in charge, she would have the biggest target planted on her back. She would literally be bad for a crime's business. Leave it at that. And to be fair, part of the reason that I think she doesn't want to be mayor is because odds are because she's technically expected to uphold the law on every level, which means she'd have no choice but to declare the SWAT cats outlaws eventually.
At that point in time, what I'm getting at is at that point in time, she's already doing his job.
This is true.
And this is where I get to the point to where like I'm gonna put real life into this. This is why I get pissed off at work when someone keeps saying like my boss ain't doing. I gotta do this for my boss and everything else. It's like, well, when the promotion comes up for you to take your boss's job and stuff like this, why the fuck don't you go do it? Why are you going to completely sit there and bitch all day long that your boss is doing this? She bitches about Mayor. She bitches about he's not doing his job and stuff like this, but she is not doing anything to help the problem. If anything, she's enabling the problem.
I kind of agree with you on that. I'm just pointing out how, to be fair, she's thinking logically.
Mm-hmm.
No, she's thinking about like being like Lois Lane. She just wants the superhero to come save her ass.
You're not wrong. I'm just pointing out that, to
No.
be fair, there are reasons why she most likely doesn't go for the job. She probably doesn't care for it herself.
So
But
when it
she ends
comes,
up doing that because Manx is the one that's supposed to be, handling all this stuff. Manx is more concerned about raising money and taxes for the city, as you pointed out, as opposed to, say, Callie, like running the day-to-day shit. Callie pretty
If
much handles all the day-to-day stuff.
right, and the thing is that if Callie, in my personal opinion, would be mayor or something of a top more official than what she is, then there would be no series, honestly, with SWAT Cats, because at that point in time, with her being in charge, you wouldn't even have the fucking problem with Farrell doing his shit with the SWAT cats and stuff like this. Leave them the fuck alone. Let them do their job. She would be, honestly, like, this is where, okay, I don't like being this type of person because I'm not a fucking I'm a anti-feminist kind of person and everything, but in reality, this is where I consider equal opportunity needs to be there. She is a strong character that is very well developed, but I feel that in this series that they push her down instead of using her to her full advantage. She's got the brains.
I think the only time they did was in the Dark Side of Swat Kats episode, and that was probably it.
You clowns are screwing up our plan to take over Mega Cat City.
Your plan?
Go. If I didn't need your help to get that detonator, I'd let you rot in here. One of the perks of being deputy mayor.
I like the Evil Callie. I like Evil Callie. Evil Callie was nice.
A man of simple needs. Anyway,
I'm sorry. I'm a man that is attracted to bitches. Okay, I have to say that.
Caboose? Yes. Don't ever stick your dick in crazy. I have no idea what that means.
Bad bitches.
Exactly.
That's fair.
Just like women are attracted to assholes, I'm attracted to a bitch. That's just how it is.
Yeah,
Why do you think I'm with my wife?
You know what? I can't fully argue with that. I can't disagree with that. I agree with them.
Like I said, Callie has plenty of room for growth. It's just, like you said, she has her problems. But what's a good character without some flaws? That's all I can say.
Thing is, I'm just gonna end it like this. Like I said, when it comes down to Callie, in particular, the writing for her, I just feel that it's not appropriate for her. Like, it's like, honestly, it's like the man's world or some bullshit like that.
That's probably the other reason why she's not in mayor. We don't know the full scale of how things work in SWAT Kats, to be fair.
Anyway, back to it.
Okay, so I think we'll need to keep it short and sweet on most disliked.
Okay,
any least favorite characters?
Honestly, I guess maybe the Dark SWAT Kats, because I don't know, they didn't really seem that interesting to me. It was
they were just more edgy.
I felt like that was an anime filler episode, to be honest.
Like I get it that like evil SWAT Kats, and normally I do like most evil versions of the main protagonist of characters and stuff, but if anything, it's just meh. If that makes sense.
Then again, considering the time around that time when they were having production issues because that series got the cancellation order, they were scrambling for what they could, I guess.
But yeah, if anything, I just kind of dislike the SWAT Kats. Not dislike the Dark SWAT Kats got on tired.
That's fair.
Because they just didn't make much of an impact, aside from just being like the Goku Black and Zamasu of freaking SWAT Kat.
You're not wrong. Okay, Crossy.
Anyway.
Actually, anything else, Justin, before Crossy says her least
No,
favorite?
let's give it to Crossy.
Okay.
Farrell.
I cannot blame you.
Farrell and Manx, that's it.
Alright, any short and sweet reasons why, or?
One of them bitched, and the other cried like a bitch.
That's sort of the best way to sum those two up.
Fox would approve.
Ching! Zammy?
Zammy, what about you? Least favorite characters?
Lord have mercy. Okay, Dark SWAT Kats, because there's not really, like,
There's
I like
no
the
real
entire
backstory, I guess.
Yeah, there's no backstory. There's no backstory. I would have enjoyed another episode with them to see like what the hell's going on, but we never got that. There's no season 3, so that's a fucking downer. Yeah, they're one of them, and Farrell, because he's a stupid cunt that won't shut the fuck up and blames everything on the fucking SWAT Kats, and they're trying to fucking help.
Yep. All right, so I feel like we'll try to wrap this up quicker, but so we're gonna go into our next category, and then
I haven't listed my least favorites, and
I'm sorry.
I have 3 that I don't care for at all, and I would love to see them burn.
Okay, go for it.
To an extent, Farrell, because he's literally the reason the SWAT Kats got fired. Like, if you watch episode 3 alone, that tells you exactly why I despise Farrell. I mean, granted,
Fair
he
enough.
makes up for it later, but he's still an absolute dick in my eyes.
Fair enough.
Manx, I can't stand him because, yes, Callie enables him, but I have to point out that, to be fair, Manx has been in a position to more than once do the right thing and not the easy way out, and he is pussied out at every opportunity. In my eyes, that makes him the worst in my book. And
And
the
third?
third one I do not care for, and this one was like, I don't care for Hard Drive because he seems like more of a try-hard villain than an actual villain.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like,
Alright.
there's nothing remotely like, badass. Like, I feel like he's just trying to play a villain than actually being one. That's my honest opinion.
So the next thing we're gonna do before we go to the final question and rate what we rate this series itself is what is our favorite episode. So Fox, do you have a favorite episode you can remember?
Favorite episode will be number 1, I believe. When the SWAT Cats went into the medieval times. I'm pretty sure that's what it is, right?
That was actually episode 1 was actually the when they accidentally went back into the dinosaur age. But I think it was episode 6 that was the Middle Age episode, so you're not far
Okay,
off.
episode 6 then. Okay, I'm wrong then.
It's
Because
fine.
the reason why I'm gonna say that is because when the SWAT Cats had to use all the medieval equipment back then to fix the jet and everything, it was so amazing, especially when they had when they got the big ass
Pepper
wrecker
soup.
ball and shit. And the soup that they could eat, kick it right out the jet, like, there you go, take some soup.
Oh,
Favorite
God.
episode, yeah.
Poured it right in the eye of a monster on top of that. That was brilliant. Just proves they're adaptable. Justin, your
Alright.
favorite episode?
Mine coming back to me, I have to think about that one if that's
Fair
okay.
enough. Sammy?
You should. Do you even need to ask her what her favorite fucking episode is?
You never know.
I like the
Xander.
medieval one too.
That's fair. Any others?
Okay. Gee, I wonder what's the other.
We got more than one. We got more than one fucking choice in this.
Yes.
Yeah.
I said favorite
Yeah, we do.
episodes, as in plural.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and
The turmoil one.
there it is.
Thought so. Reason?
Any reason why, or is it just because you know why?
Because the fucking Shibu exists.
My girlfriend, ladies and gentlemen.
And you
Crossy.
fucking love me.
Crazy fucking bitch.
Damn right I
indeed.
do.
Crazy fucking bitch, but he likes crazy fucking bitch.
My
I
favorite
do. That's
episode?
why I love Harley Quinn.
Oh my god.
Anyway,
Let's-
Crossy, your favorite episode, go.
Any episodes that had Felina Farrell in it, and possibly, and also episode 6 because of this one clip that I like that kind of resembles the Retro Warriors in a way.
Get back in the air and get back at Dark Cat. And all the other criminal scum who rear their ugly heads in Mega Cat City. Only this time, we do it our way.
Well, what are we waiting for, buddy?
Anyway, honestly, I guess my favorite episode would be what really intrigued me was the episode where Dark the Viper, and the Mechanic Cats worked together for a bit.
I give you that.
Yeah, that was a well written episode.
Yeah,
The
that
Legion
was
of Doom.
basically, because that was kind of like my favorite episode, seeing a bunch of villains who hate the SWAT Cats work together in a way, and I was curious how it would go and stuff, and see how they could take them down, given how they all have intimidating things that could easily take down the SWAT Cats in their own way, even though they already got enough trouble with them. I'm dealing one of them at a time. You know what I mean? But yeah, that was a good episode in my eyes.
Any other favorite episodes, or was that like your number, like your top, like over, like your?
Oh, top favorite overall. I'm not gonna even front with you.
That's fair.
Because, don't get me wrong, there was other good episodes, like the Mad Cat one, but that one just kind of took the cake. You know what I mean?
Mad Cat stands out, but no, I wouldn't put him as a favorite of mine. I'll say that now.
Well, no, as a favorite episode, it's not like the top favorite, but it's like a favorite episode I enjoyed and stuff because it gave me laughs and things.
I'm gonna be honest, like my favorite episodes overall, and I have three, but with good reason.
Mm-hmm.
The one I particularly liked was When Strikes Mutilor, which was episode 3 of season 2, where Mutilor tried to basically steal all the water on the planet. I enjoyed the episode mainly because of the animation quality. Like looking at it, especially the last 10 minutes of the episode, the animation quality went up a few notches, and I enjoyed it. It
Mm-hmm.
was like definitely watching an anime, like just outright watching an anime.
Yeah.
Then
Anyway.
there was I think it was episode 9 or 10 from season 1, Metallurgency, when the Swat Kats stole those big robot bodies. It just goes to show that the potential they had, even if they were, just as Fox put it, the bumbling duo, like, bumbling mob duo. But
Mm-hmm.
Mac and Molly proved that even when they were, down, they weren't out. Not that easily.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what made that episode stand out in my eyes. It just goes to show that you don't take any villain in SWAT Cats too lightly. And I mean any villain. That's one of the reasons I love
Mm-hmm.
SWAT Cats so much. You don't underestimate anyone. And the last one I
Well,
enjoyed the most was definitely and this was a tough call to make, but definitely like it's a toss between the finale of season 1, the finale of
mm-hmm.
season 1 and what was it? The episode, I'm trying to remember the name of the episode where what was it? Felina teamed up with the SWAT Cats to take down Dark Cat.
Oh.
Because in both episodes, a feral teamed up with the SWAT Cats, and it actually works out in their favor massively. Those are the episodes I favored the most. The animation quality went up a lot in those episodes, which is one of the reasons I loved them. Like I loved watching the motions, watching the action play out.
Anyway.
But yeah, those
Mm-hmm.
are my episodes. It was a really tough choice making them. Turmoil of Pride comes very close to those four, though.
Anyway, I guess we could get to the final thing where we rate this series. So basically, now that that's done, we just usually do the whole rate thing. Like, basically, we ask around, and if we, on a scale of 1 to 10 and stuff, or something out of 10, what would we rate this episode? Like, Fox,
No,
you're a
the
big
show
Swat.
entirely. The show
Yeah,
entirely.
you know what I meant. The show
Yes,
entirely.
I know, man.
I'm tired. Anyway, Fox, on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you rate this show?
I would have to separate it into seasons because, like, season 1, I would have to give it a 7. And when it
Mhm.
comes down to season 2, I would have to go ahead and give it, like, an 8 or a 9.
Oh.
Fair enough.
Mostly because of the art quality.
That's one reason.
That-
That goes back to what I said about why I had those favorite episodes. You notice the animation jumps up a good deal with those episodes.
Like, I'm not saying nothing wrong about the Timberlake brothers, but I'm just saying that the Japanese studio did a lot better on the animation.
I
Not
am
to mention
agreeing with
it-
you 100% on that.
Like, not to
Mhm.
mention, in season 2, you can see, like, anime lip flap thingies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, lip flapping, and it's not just the lip flapping. It was also how even when they reuse the shot, it still works. And it's rare
Alright.
you can see them reuse a shot, but yeah.
Um,
Justin, what's your rating?
I'd probably give it like maybe an 8 out of 10 to be honest throughout the whole thing.
That's fair.
Because yes, at first I was interested to watch and stuff, but I noticed the animation quality and that was a good thing. So that's why the score increased to me and it would have gotten a bit of a higher score, but there were some lacking things and stuff, and possibly which would make me sad there wasn't a season 3 or continuing the series itself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's understandable. I mean, we had to give the whole Road Rovers to a similar scale.
Crossy, what about you?
I give it a 9 out of 10.
Any
Fairly high
reason?
score.
Or you just feel like
Let-
giving it a 9 out of 10?
I mean, like, I love the story and everything, but I just wish it continued because it had so much story potential to tell. And,
Very much
like,
so.
in the final episode, it just, like, left us like that, and I'm like, bitch! I want to know how the series ends! You
Yep.
bastards!
Alright,
Anyway,
Xander, your rating?
8 out of 10.
Mm-hmm. Any reason?
It lacked at some points, story-wise, and because it didn't get a continuation.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
The
have
art though, it boomed. Like it boomed. It was super good. Like season 1, it was and then season 2, bam.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'd have to go if I'm somewhat like how Fox rated it, just a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Like if it came down to season 1, I would give it a 7 out of 10 only because the story was very good. It was well written. The animation was okay, like a little above the okay line, just not enough to make it stand out too much. The story kept people hooked, obviously, but season 2, I would give it a 9 out of 10, easily,
Mm-hmm.
because the animation jumped up, the story quality jumped a bit, but overall, if I had to give a proper average score, I would give it a 9.5 out of 10. Again, mostly because of how well the story was handled, the plot consistency, the animation, the acting, it all blended well. I would have given a higher score, and I'm not even trying to be biased here. 9.5 is the highest I'm willing to go out of generosity, because again, lack of continuation, and mostly because thanks to the series getting canceled, we kind of got shortchanged on some good content. So a 9.5, but on the grounds that's not their fault for getting less content than we should have out of the series. I'm being generous, giving it a 9.5 out of 10.
Mm-hmm. Well, and
it wasn't their fault they got canceled.
Yeah. Freaking turn a bridge. Yeah. Anyway, all jokes aside, so.
So I guess the average is an 8 out of 10 on this.
Yeah. Anyway, and the usual question we usually like to ask is, from when we watch a show that was how old it was, depending on the year and stuff, does it still hold up with good entertainment and quality and everything in 2020? Like, does it still hold up? And a majority, and I think we can all agree and say yes.
It definitely
Hell
does.
yes.
It does.
Yeah.
Does it hold up like to this day?
Yeah, like does it like like you know how most times this question is basically like you know how you say you liked it as a kid but your opinion might change as you grow up and when you decide to rewatch it you see if your opinion changes or not. It's like one of those scenarios. Like if we watched it as a kid and we thought if we watch it now and stuff we wonder if we still like it or not. You know what I mean? That's what it means. Does it still hold up? Basically, yes, it does. Given how it's got some missing story details, it's still got good plots, it's got good action, and it's enjoyable. Go check it out for yourselves.
And I'd say go ahead and support the Tremblay Brothers in getting this series back on the air, because they've been fighting for the series to come back since it got canceled.
Mm-hmm.
It's been over 25 years, and they're still fighting to get it back.
But
so,
yeah,
this holds up very well. And as a few reviewers I've looked around have pointed out, one of the things about Swat Kats that keeps the fans so loyal is the fact that it got canceled when it was just getting to its best. I imagine had it gotten a proper run, it would have gotten another 2 seasons, most likely. And I can't help but agree, looking at both the concept arts and looking at the overall plot.
Anyway. So I think this is a good stopping point now. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed us reviewing Swat Kats, and we'd like to thank our special guest CleverFoxSOL for joining on this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Whenever you decide to go ahead and review Sonic the Sonic the Hedgehog Saturday morning cartoon with the Freedom Fighters, then I'll come back and I will educate you on that.
We'll keep that in mind.
We just haven't figured out when. We don't plan too
Yeah.
far ahead.
Yeah, but we'll most likely. But yeah, be sure to check out Swat Kats for yourselves if you guys want it, because your opinions could be different from mine. We're just here to review it. But yeah, I guess with all that, we can sign ourselves out.
Mm-hmm. I'm Crossy, and if you guys enjoyed this episode, please make sure to give it a like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to subscribe to my other fellow Retro Warriors and our guests here.
Links will be in the description.
Yep.
Yep. Like she said, give us a thumbs up and subscribe, and be sure to check out all of our ones.
Said, give whatever we review a fair chance. If you don't like it after a few episodes, then that's up to you. But at least you can say you tried watching it.
But yeah, we hope you all enjoyed this long video series. Don't be surprised if it's in multiple parts, because we did kind of ramble on a bit, but that's okay. That just means more information for you.
A few times, but considering that we started recording at roughly 4 in the morning, you gotta give us at least some leeway here.
Anyway, we'll catch you all later. Say bye, guys.
Bye-bye. Later, peeps.
Later, guys. We'll see you all next time on Retro Wars.
Later.
By the way, who are you? There's a new crime fighter on Static's turf. Shebang. Catch an all-new Static Shock. Coming up next, right here, only on Kids WB.
On an all-new Shaman King, when a kung fu action hero returns from the afterlife.
It can't be!
Don't miss an all-new Shaman King. Coming up next.
He kind of takes your breath away.
For the next time on Retro Warriors.
You sure you're up for this? No, but if we go down fighting, I'm glad it's against these guys.